Hello everyone, it's Mugiwawa, and today I have a new game design beats for you guys, and it's about, is it always bad to force a player hand and force him to do something, especially regarding deck buildings? And to discuss about that, the idea came from when I was playing a game that is called SteamWorld Quest Ends of Gilgamesh, that you can see in the background. And SteamWorld Quest Ends of Gilgamesh is kind of like a RPG-like game where you have heroes, and each heroes has kind of a little deck of cards, so you have a little part of deck building, and while you're going through your journey, you're actually like unlocking new cards until you reach like the final confrontation when you're trying to do the best team possible. And I kind of like that because like recently like a lot of the game with deck building were mostly like roguelite or roguelite. But I really like this ability of like you just unlock your full collection, and when you get like the full potential, like you are in control. And there is like one thing I really liked about like the game design of this game. And to explain you where I'm going to, I will just explain you a little bit about a few mechanics into the game. So basically you're playing, you have a team of 3 heroes, and each heroes have 8 cards in its deck. And at the beginning of the turn you draw randomly until you have 6 cards. And there is like a mechanic that is called the heroic chain, which means that if you play 3 cards of the same hero, you unlock their heroic chain, and their heroic chain is an additional action because you can only play like 3 actions per turn, but with the heroic chain you get like 1 free action, and so you have like an additional card to be played this turn, and this card depends on the weapon you equipped on your hero. And one thing that is very well made, I think, is like at the beginning you do your heroic chain from like the base weapon that you get, and you start learning with it. And when you advance into the game, you do chapter 1, 2, 3, and you reach chapter 4, and there is a merchant in this game. And when you reach chapter 4, this merchant has new weapons, and with new weapons comes new heroic chain ability, like the power is different. And the thing with the power is different is like most of the time as a player you're kind of like, yeah, but what I was doing is working, like, you know, why would I change? And what SteamWorld Quest Ends of Gilgamesh do is it has added stats onto the weapon. Like for instance, like the weapon of like the warrior guy give you like plus 15% strength, while the weapon you were using until now gives you like 0 additional strength. So you're kind of like, yeah, but then I'm missing like this raw benefit that is like the added stat. So of course I'm gonna switch to the new weapon. And when I get there into the game, I was like, okay, I need to change. But I was kind of like, yeah, but if not they have stats, like they kind of removed my choice. And so I was like kind of, I'm not sure I like that, man, because you know, like what I love about deck building is like having all the possibility, and all the possibility are okay to be used. And here they were telling me like, no, don't keep playing that, like play this new thing. But what I really liked about that is then when you get to the next batch of new weapon, now SteamWorld Quest Hands of Gilgamesh, every single weapon have the same stats. So you have the choice between 3 weapons. Here I'm just showing 2 weapons on the video because I didn't like buy all of them, just the one I was willing to switch between. And all the 3 weapons give you like the same stats benefit. And so here, like the stat is not really a factor. Like you still need to buy the strongest version, of course, but you can choose which heroic chain you want to play. And so I thought it was very smart to force the player in a deck building game to get out of his comfort zone. Like basically what SteamWorld Quest tells you is like, okay, you discover that, but also discover a little bit more the system. Like you see like those abilities, they could be cool too, so just try them out, and to force you to try them out, they also have bonus stats. And when you reach to the third weapon batch, they kind of tell you, okay, I think that now you're experienced enough, we've done enough to force you to experiment with the game. We provide you enough information about what the game is about, and now we just play the way you want. We give you the possibility to play the way you want. So that was like my little game design bits for today. Like the video is very short because like that's just like a very small point, but I really do believe it's very interesting that most of the time we associate that forcing the player hands in deck building games as a very bad thing. But in this game we can see that we can actually do that to force the player to discover the game so he can enjoy better the experience afterwards. It's okay in the training phase to kind of force a little bit the hand of the player, of course in a nice way, like it's not like they're telling you have only one way to play, it's just like, try that could be nice. So we have to be careful about how much we force the player hand, of course, but like that way you kind of let the player discover with the hand like the full mechanics of your game before like completely like removing like the small wheel behind the bicycle. Like, you know, you have those wheels, basically that's what Sim Warcraft is doing, and then they remove the wheel and say like, oh no, you're free to go wherever you want. There is like no more stuff to get there. So thank you for watching this small game design bits. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have like others like example of game that you think I've done that well, like basically like forcing your hand before leaving you free to do whatever you want, like please put it in the comments below. And I hope you all have a very good Sunday and a nice week behind, and see you soon.